My 29 female girlfriends tricked me into breaking up with the one that got away, 30 male, 8 years ago. I have an opportunity to reconnect with him now, should I? First, let's read the woman's post. I knew Bo, 30 male, since we were both 11 years old. We both grew up in a small town, and our families were neighbors and became very close friends. We were the next door neighbor best friends that started dating in our junior year of high school. He took me to prom, to homecoming dance, and we both picked a college that was in the state that had majors we were both interested in. Him, I, our families, friends, our preacher, everyone expected us to get married when we went off to college. The college we went to was 3 hours from our town, and it was closer to a major city in our state, about half an hour from the big city, and it was a bit of a culture shock for the two of us. Bo had issues at first making new friends, but I sort of jived with the gals in class. My new friends didn't think much of Bo, and they kept telling me I could do better than him. They thought Bo was slow-witted. He's not, he's just shy with new people. They thought he was too religious, though he never was in their faces. He asked only once if they could recommend a church in the area. They said Bo would just pull me back down to our small town, anchor me with children, and we'd both be stuck as hicks. It reached the boiling point on my 21st birthday. 2 of my girlfriends came to me claiming they saw Bo cheating on me. They were stone-faced. They kept to their stories, and I foolishly believed them. I confronted Bo and started screaming at him. Bo didn't apologize, he didn't beg and plead. Instead, he got cold and mad. He said that he never trusted my friends, that they were playing me, and he thought I was better than this. I didn't believe him, and I let him walk away. He promised that if I took their word without even looking at them critically, that we were over. And he kept his word. From that day, he wouldn't even look at me. He wouldn't talk to me, he wouldn't acknowledge I existed. For the rest of college, he never dated anyone. He just worked, went to class, and graduated early. My friends, they set me up on a ton of dates. I had a bit of a wild college ride, something I am a bit ashamed of now honestly. Once I graduated, I tried to get established in life, but my college friends, they kept just wanting to hang out, chill, or party. It honestly got tiring, and I couldn't believe I had the energy to do this for nearly 4 years while getting an education. It was when I was 23 that one of the girls called me a stick in the mud and said something along the lines of, "I can't believe we went through the effort of breaking you up with Bo if you were just going to become a wallflower." I couldn't believe it. She went into detail about how easy it was, and I felt disgusted. I didn't give Bo another thought after the breakup. I thought he was a cheater, and I told my family who told his family, and it strained his relationship with his mom for many years. But after that point, I couldn't stop thinking about him. I told my family the truth about what happened with Bo. This apparently helped repair the relationship Bo had with his mother. Apparently, Bo's mom liked me quite a bit, and she went out of her way to sabotage Bo's relationships with any girl he brought over to meet the parents. My mom said Bo's mom did it very discreetly. But after finding out the truth, Bo's mom came clean, and Bo nearly cut her out of his life. She apparently begged and pleaded, and was able to work from there. I have many unfinished drafts of emails to Bo, some saying I wish to catch up, others begging for forgiveness and pleading for him to come back to me. But any news I got on Bo after the blow-up with his mom has been sparse. Bo doesn't do social media, and I had no idea where he lived. I found out this year that Bo has been married for 3 years and has a 2-year-old son. He has moved back to our hometown, and I saw him at the grocery store when I went to visit my parents 2 weeks ago. He didn't see me, or at least I think he didn't. But there he was with his wife and child, and I instantly felt a swirl of emotions. Jealousy, rage, regret, depression. Even now seeing him with his full family, I still want to beg him for a chance, which makes me feel awful, but at the same time, I feel like I should at least say my piece. I talked to my mom about it, and all she said was, "The chickens come home to roost. Don't make trouble for Bo." I just know that if I can't talk to Bo one last time, I will regret it for the rest of my life. What do I do? Should I contact Bo? I found out this year that Bo has been married for 3 years and has a 2-year-old son. And that's where you need to leave it. Seriously. He's had people on both sides sabotaging his relationships for so long. Your friends, his mom, and at this point your desire to seek another go with him will be more of the same. He's married, he's settled, he has a family. While bad things happened, there's no undoing it, and at this point you must deal. Leave him alone. Anything you would do would be strictly for your own gratification. Everyone around him spent so much time messing up his life, just leave him alone. You need to go to counseling and work on dealing with the ramifications for your actions. Bo's mom is terrible. Your friends were terrible. You were terrible. Leave him alone. She still kind of is, for even thinking about trying to reignite an old flame despite him being married with kids. Opie messed up and still hasn't quite learned the lesson. Say for the sake of argument you do convince Bo to meet up with you and hear you out. What exactly do you think saying your piece will accomplish? Do you honestly going to think he's going to leave his family for the woman who would probably still be taking her social cues from her mean girlfriends if they hadn't spilled the beans on themselves? Do you think you're even going to bring him closure by admitting you messed up, when he's known that from the second he walked out the door? Do you enjoy playing the character in the rom-com everyone wants to see get her comeuppance, and then get off the screen so the hero can have his happily ever after with the person he deserves? Or do you not feel like you've gotten a big enough helping of karma yet? If not, then let Bo live the life he's fought so hard to earn in peace, and figure out a plan for yours that doesn't involve him. Don't forget all the dramas she caused for him with his mom. Please, 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 do not try your hand at homewrecking. If you're reaching out as somebody who grew up with him, that's completely different. But out of respect for others and their relationships, you should not pursue anything romantic. Now for the update. I emailed Bo last night. I'll put the content here. Hi Bo, it's me Amy. I know it's been years since we talked, and I wanted to apologize for how we broke up. I also want to apologize for how it spread back to our families. I know now that Tracy and Stephanie were hellbent on breaking us up any way they could, and I can't begin to apologize for the hurt it has caused you. I'll be back in town in a few weeks and was wondering if we could have a coffee and catch up. I want to know what's been going on with you in your life. This morning I got a reply from Bo. Amy, I want you to know that I have forgiven you years ago. I hope you are doing well, but I would have to say no to coffee or catching up. My wife and I have a strict rule that neither of us hang out with exes. I hope you understand. I tried emailing him to say he could for sure bring his wife with him, but he's not replied since. I guess you were right, there was no chance to reconnect. Now let's read the man's post. Posted elsewhere, but was told to post here instead since it involves familiar relationships. When I was young, I had a girlfriend that was my best friend long before we dated. We had a breakup midway through college where she said some vile things to me. It was hard, but I made it a choice to walk away. I became the butt end of the joke after the breakup, and honestly the mocking and teasing I got from other students in college was enough that I fast-tracked my way to a degree, much to the detriment to my health. Seeing how she moved on quickly made me question our childhood friendship too, so there was that. It took a few years and I moved on with my life. Got married just a few years ago and have a son. About a month ago, my ex emailed me with an apology over the breakup and asking if we could catch up. I thanked her for the apology, but said that I think meeting up is not a good idea. Since then, she's been emailing me every few days. Both our families are friends, and my younger sister has been pressuring me to give my ex a face-to-face closure. No one else in my family is so insistent, but my sister, when we were younger, looked up to my ex as an older sister. But last I heard it's been years since they talked. One thing is for sure, I don't want to talk to my ex, but I also want to keep my relationship with my sister. How do you suggest I navigate my relationship with my sister? Edit to add. My wife saw every email as they came in, nothing was hidden from her. I blocked the ex this morning, and my wife is a little bummed out because she was enjoying reading my ex's emails and how strange they were. I shared the thread with my sister and no response yet. And someone found a thread on Reddit that has a lot of details similar to my ex. I'm 50-50 if it's her, but it reads way too unhinged to the woman I once knew. Plus some details are off, but some Redditors think it was for plausible deniability. The poster messaged me, and it might be her. I can't imagine she's this unhinged. Closure is a myth. And after so much time, you need to question both the ex's motives and your sister's. So ask your sister why this is so important to her. Obviously, don't let her convince you. The only reason the ex might have for wanting to talk is that she has realized she misses the best friend she once had. But that isn't something that needs to be conveyed in person. She could say that in an email. There doesn't seem to be any reason for you to have any contact with the ex. You should send her an email telling her that, and that you hope she has a good life, but that you will not be seeing any future emails from her. And then block her. And then let your sister know that you have no interest in talking to the ex. That you've told the ex, and ask her to please stop pestering you about it. I have no idea why this is so important to my ex now. As for my sister, as I said, we were all friends since childhood. Maybe they renewed their friendship in the last year, I don't know. I already sent her a best wishes email when I said I forgave her for the past. I guess my sister might just be feeling nostalgic. Your sister, quite frankly, needs to mind her own business. And tell your ex to stop emailing you. She's not entitled to a catch-up or to closure. I have been going with silence for now with her emails. Sort of hope she gets the message. And if not, any emails I get might be an early alert to anything she might try in the future. I honestly never thought she'd be like this back when I knew her, but I guess almost a decade can change anybody. My sister says she understands, just she always ends her statements with, yeah, but, and then a spiel about how we all grew up together. Your sister probably wants you to meet up with the ex, because the ex was like a role model to her. But it's not her relationship/breakup/ex. Other commenter is right, none of her business. I would tell her, look, I get that you're trying to help everyone here. You are trying to help X find closure. But I have no desire to meet with her and have moved on from that chapter of my life. My answer is no, and will remain no, and I do not owe her anything despite being childhood friends. No is a complete sentence. To both your ex and your sister, and block your ex on everything. Luckily, my family doesn't have everything. No Facebook, no Pinterest, no Instagram. Right now, it's only emails from the ex and texts from my sister. Okay, good. Block your ex's emails and don't engage in your sister's texts unless they're about something else. Your wife is already involved. Use her as a resource. I'm sorry, but my wife found all of those emails, and she is furious at this entire situation. Please stop involving me in conversations about my ex from now on. You will owe your wife a huge favor for this, but lying to each other's families for them is kind of the whole point of marriage, is it not? Sister read the thread and all replies. She's apologized and said she's cutting my ex off too. Happy ending. Now for the first update. So I guess I'll update. I'll answer common questions as well as update. My sister read the thread and read the other post that I'm still 50-50 being the ex. It feels too unhinged, which is what makes me not sure, plus some of the details. First off, my sister said she has cut my ex off. She thought that a final conversation was good etiquette with old friends, even if they chose to not be friends. After reading the other post, which my sister is also 50-50 on, she said, even if it's not her, it's close enough that I'm freaked. She never really understood my pain from that situation, since I was pretty bottled up about it while it was happening. I didn't set ultimatums to cut off family members back then, and maybe I should have. Might have saved some pain. I did get apologies as well. So we're good now. The other Redditor. To clarify, I blocked the woman that posted the other thread, since she seemed unhinged, even if she was or wasn't the ex. The details seemed off too. The details. Our hometown isn't a major metropolitan area, but I wouldn't say we were hicks or rednecks. We certainly didn't grow up in the boonies. We grew up in the suburbs. If anything, I think the college was in a town that technically had a smaller population than our hometown. Yes, I do go to church, but I never mention it since religion could be a hot-button topic to people you just met. And even back then there was Google, I wouldn't ask where a church was in a new town. Both emails she posted, the gist is the same, but the formatting is different. The breakup. I didn't like my ex's college friends, that is true. But the confrontation was not me being some stone-faced Terminator. I was angry crying throughout it, and it was emotionally draining. She first said she heard I was making out with some girl. I asked when and with who. She said she didn't know. I asked who saw it. She said, wouldn't you like to know? Any attempt to say where I was when this happened was her claiming I was gaslighting her. It was exhausting. I said something like, I didn't like who college was turning her into, and we both shouted we were done. More or less. It was almost a decade ago, and like I said, it was emotionally exhausting. She immediately was seen with this other dude, who seemed to enjoy humiliating me. Rumors spread about either or both of us cheating, and other dude even said that I watched once, which was humiliating. He one time even put his hand on my shoulder all buddy-buddy going, no hard feelings? I was living in the dorms. My parents put money on a food plan at the dining hall, so I had to stay on campus when I wasn't working. I signed up for extra courses whenever I could and fast-tracked my way to a degree to get out of hell. My family. My mother did take my ex's side. I don't know what type of story she got, and she never confronted me about it. I did get disapproving looks at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and she never approved of any girl I brought over for a while either. My mom did call me a few years ago apologizing for not even asking my side of the story, and said that my ex was dead to her, so that part of the other post kind of lines up. My mother has made considerable amounts of effort to fix our relationship. She's very welcoming to my wife and child. She doesn't even utter the name of my ex in the house. We're not at 100%, but she's making the effort. My wife saw every email from my ex. Nothing was ever hidden from her. My wife and I were both 100% against going to meet the ex, together or separate. She was enjoying reading the ex's emails, but understood when the fun had to stop. So for now, I think this is a happy ending. Second update 23 days later. Relationship with my sister is good. Relationship with my wife is good. My mom doesn't even want to talk about it anymore. Everyone seems to have moved on. Almost forgot about the whole thing until Friday, when I got home and saw a bag on my front door. I opened it, and inside was like 5 or 6 things I gave ex when we were dating, from high school to college. Honestly, if I haven't used it or missed it in almost a decade, do I really need it? On top was a letter, basically said the same stuff the emails did. She knows she screwed up, she didn't realize what it meant. Just rehashing the past over and over. It ended with her saying she doesn't know or like who she is right now, and she needs to figure out who she wants to be, so she won't be contacting again and will work on herself. Of course, I showed my wife the bag in the letter. We both threw the bag out, told my mom, who told ex's mom, and then moved on with our lives. Ex, if you read this, we all hope you get better.